Welcome to Graya Overload. I'm Anthony, and now we have Spectre-NG, the next CPU flaw that has been uncovered. So with Spectre-NG, Spectre Next Gen basically, and this was first reported by a German tech site called Heise. I'm probably butchering that, but forgive me please. But they wrote about basically 8 flaws total, 4 high priority, 4 medium, and Intel has already got them, and they're classified, and they're already getting their CVE numbers, so they're going down the pipeline and pretty fast. And Intel has actually already got, I was hearing that they already have a patch and they planned a patch, but it was delayed for a little bit. Now Intel's patching, they've had some issues overall, but hopefully they're starting to get this right and be able to test and everything else, because with all the security flaws coming, it's a whole new world for, I think, processors than what they have been in the past. Now, I believe I've also heard, and in reading some of these articles as well, is that expect some of these patches maybe later in August. Now, some ARM are also affected, so I'm sure that they're going to have to go do some patching on their side, or fixes in some form. And then AMD, they're still looking at AMD. I know AMD had mentioned that they're looking into it to see if they can reproduce it on their end for their processors. And if it can be reproduced, they're basically going to have to see to what extent. So there's a lot of difference. Zen is a newer architecture, slightly different, or it is different than Intel's side and what they have. So I'm just seeing going forward, a lot of security issues that are just going to keep popping up. Now, I think AMD, Intel, ARM, other CPU manufacturers or designers are going to have to look at making sure that they're hardening their security side of their CPU. I don't know what that's going to look like yet. It's going to be interesting for each of these players going forward, how they make it look, right? Because they're going to need something adaptable, because somebody's going to find another security flaw at some point in time, and you're going to need to patch it. So whatever you do through processor, you're going to have to make sure you're doing it in a way that you can also keep patching it and making sure that it keeps being secure. But the other side is that everyone also wants better performance. So you have this security and performance that are going hand in hand, and not all the time can they work with each other in efficiency. So you're going to have to make some tough choices and make the right choice. So, and the only time will tell to see what that choice is. But I think security, everyone's going to start leaning on security more and more, and so we'll see where that goes. But from this Spectre Next Gen, it's basically just based off the same Spectre that was already out there, which is speculative execution. And most off, just keep your systems up to date. Watch what you're doing. Patches will come out. You'll have to patch your systems. And I think a lot with this one is a lot of, it can be taken access to in the VM side of things. So just keep that in mind as you're doing VMs and running VMs, if you are doing that. But overall, just be aware that there's going to be a lot more items that need to be updated on your computer, and maybe you have to keep track of overall. Hopefully Microsoft, Linux and all these other vendors make it easier, Intel, AMD, etc., make it easier to make sure that we're all getting the patches and we're all being kept up to date as best as possible. So hopefully that they're putting more effort into that, because that's what I would like to see. So I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to help this channel grow and help this channel expand as well. I'm very appreciative of that. I thank you very much for all that support. And let me know if you got any questions or anything else. And also let me know if you got any comments on this as well. What do you think is going to keep going on with all the security flaws? And what do you think is the outcomes going to be that these companies are going to have to decide on? So I want to thank you for watching. And until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching Graya Overload. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe